Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Aquarius weekly tarot bite reading for the week of July 17th through the 23rd. This is I Am Illuminated tarot reading for Soul Illumination. Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lauren. For everyone who is returning, thank you so much for your continued support. I so greatly appreciate it. For anyone who is new, I hope you do get something useful and helpful out of this reading. So we are going to be looking at the energy for the week ahead. This is a short reading, about 10 minutes or so, where we are looking at the two themes that came up in the general collective reading, which was posted on Sunday, and diving a little deeper into that and what that means for your sign, Aquarius. So we had Poised and we have King of Pentacles. So Poised really is speaking to us kind of, this is that breather week. This is that week where we are like really looking, we're kind of summing up and reviewing all those things that happened in the past cycle and kind of happened up to this point. We look at the marathon, we just stopped running basically in the spiritual sense, and we are taking a breather, but we know that we can't stop here because the next cycle is fast on its heels and it's really opening the door this week to, again, the new. So Poised is really speaking to what is happening in this new cycle. It's us bringing in, as you can see, the little fairy here is ready to pull that star above her head down into her physical experience. And how? Through the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles speaks to something we have mastered in the physical over the last cycle. It's either us understanding how to manage our finances or our fiscal kind of responsibilities. It's us being able to maybe instead, maybe we mastered something, again, something in the physical of a skill, a talent, something that can be applied in the physical. Maybe we have mastered how to prioritize our time and our energy so that we now are able to apply ourselves in a different way. But there's something here where we're all looking at what we've mastered so that we can really commit to a plan that will bring that star, that kind of guiding dream, hope, principle we want for ourselves, but understand how to actually take the action steps to bring it into the physical to manifest it for ourselves. So let's see Aquarius, what that is speaking to this week for you. So let's see what are you poised? What does poised mean for you? What are you getting ready to pull in for yourself here? What is Aquarius looking to pull in for themselves? Okay, so you have the Eight of Coins, which is great. That is hard at work. You are really working on mastering something. There's an element too with this card specifically in this deck that for me always speaks to kind of starting to see the bigger picture. You're starting to see, okay, I've been working on this step and this step and this step, and now you're like, oh wait, I see the structure. It's almost done. I'm almost there. There's a sense about that. But there is always a sense of kind of mastering something in the Eight of Pentacles that speaks to someone who is the apprentice, someone who's putting their head down and just really kind of every day doing the work to get something solid. And it may be that you're starting to see now, like you're starting to see that missing piece, that star that you want to bring down. Now we have the Page of Wands, which I love. And the Page of Wands can represent a child in your life, but it can also represent a sense of almost like your inner child, the child at play. This is the active child. The child, when we think of, let's say, the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is kind of like that inner dreamer part of ourselves where we're like, oh, this is what I love and this is what I want to share with people. But the Page of Wands is like the kid who's like, oh my God, I got like 4 new presents and I'm going to show everybody my presents and then I'm going to put on a theater show for you guys and I'm going to, that's that kind of energy. It's this innocent child at play. I want to get my hands dirty. I want to take action. I want to do what I'm passionate about. But there's a sense here of really building something. So for some of you, this could be getting poised to actually bring a child into your life. This could actually be preparing for if you're expecting a child, that could be where you're like, okay, we're getting the room ready, we're putting the money in the bank, we're getting prepared for, all those little things that come in. The nursery is almost finished, that kind of thing. It can also be where you are actually, depending on where you're at in your life, this could be also where this could be like where you're looking at retirement, where you're like, okay, getting my ducks in a row, I'm saving, I'm talking to the financial advisor, I'm doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then I'm getting ready to put in my 2-week notice, and I'm, talking to maybe someone who's going to cash out my, investments, whatever it is, so that you can get back into this sense of play, so that you can go back out there into the world as this like, woohoo. This can obviously be taken in a, variety of ways. This is really, I think for many of you, it's either putting in the work, and this week might be kind of like putting in those final finishing pieces to where you're seeing the bigger picture. You're starting to see, okay, we're almost there. But it's all in the name of either bringing in a child into your experience or supporting a child in your experience, or this is actually to support that part of yourself and in the next cycle, meaning this part of yourself, the child at play, that is just kind of fun and free-flowing and enjoying life. So let's go ahead and see for the King of Pentacles what that speaks to. What have you mastered in the physical? Okay, so we have the Chariot coming in. Beautiful energy here. I don't know if you can see that. I know these are kind of hard to see. So the Chariot energy is getting a move on it. It's getting into that driver's seat, getting those horses in alignment and getting ready to go. It's getting your head and your heart in alignment. It can also be getting the physical and the spiritual plane into alignment as well with those two horses, that sense of duality. Ooh. And then we have the 7 of Coins that just came out. So there's a sense here with the 7 of Coins and Chariot. 7 of Coins is where we're kind of reviewing what we have in the physical. And we're asking ourselves that question, is it worth it for me to continue to invest my time, energy, or resources into what is right now? So this is like literally taking stock of everything you have in the physical in this moment, not what you're hoping it will become, not what it was 2 years ago. It's actually looking at, okay, I'm looking at where I am with the lens of reality. This is like a reality check. And there's a sense here with the Chariot coming in of, I think many of you this week are reviewing that. You're getting a real grasp as to what your physical experience looks like, what has been the return on the investment for all the work you've put in up to this point. But what's interesting to me is that you have the 7 of Coins moving to the 8 of Coins with Poised. So there's a sense of saying, yes, I realize I want to continue to invest in something. I realize how to do, there's almost like this, I feel like a clicking point this week for many of you Aquariuses, where it's like, okay, I've been kind of sitting here looking at everything going, should I continue to invest? Should I not? What's the bigger picture of all of this? What do I really want to do? How do I get into the driver's seat and just start going? And there's going to be something this week, I think, that clicks that is like, okay, actually, I see where I need to apply myself. I see now where I can go from the 7, where I'm kind of like questioning, to 8, which is applying yourself, which is seeing the bigger picture, which is mastering a skill set. But there is something here with the Chariot of really getting a chance to start to move towards, because what does the Chariot ultimately do? It's a card of Cancer, and Cancer rules the home, but it's a card that speaks to getting back into the driver's seat, moving towards what will ultimately feel like home for yourself. It's a beautiful energy. I think there's this realization of okay, now's the time. Now I'm ready to move again. And there could be a focus on the home. Again, for many of you, this could be around bringing in a child, but this could also just be around nurturing the inner child within that wants to come out, nurturing a new cycle that is going to really support play in your life, really support your passions. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance, which is really beautiful. That's a card of moderation. For me, it can also speak to an element of divine timing, that now is that time with the number 14 coming in. That number 14 always speaks to me personally as freedom through change. So there might be a big change on the horizon that is going to really, again, free you to feel like you are a child at play, or for you to bring a child at play into your life. Temperance can also speak to balancing your emotions with your passions. It's basically saying, the realization that you can't take action without some emotional tie to that, and you can't just feel things without taking some type of action when your feelings come up. So it's learning how to meld those two together to temper it into something that is new, possibly that is now the divine timing for this thing to come out. So I really like that. There's a sense here with the Chariot too, again, head and heart, the emotions and your mental plane getting in alignment, getting your physical plane in alignment with your spiritual needs. Like there's all this kind of like, I get the feeling of this like alignment, and this is the week where you get to kind of like progress that one step and either, again, begin to honor that inner child at play and get everything ready for that, or get ready to bring in a child at play into your experience. All right, Aquarius, I will leave it there. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. The full July tarot scope for each sign is also up on my channel if you'd like to view yours. And I will start to release August tarot scope for each sign starting at the end of next month. And if I don't see you before then, I will see you next week for the next weekly tarot bite reading. Bye, Aquarius.